Okay, I'm back in Portugal and we're going windsurfing straight away. Good forecast. I don't know if you can see in the distance, we're at Bar Kim. This is Meia Praia beach, Lagos. I've got the 85 Quantex quad fin setup. You can see pretty much middle, everything standard sail, 14s in the back, 9.5s in the front. I've got the 4.7, which we will see if that's the right size sail, because since we have been at the beach, we've actually been waiting quite a while. I'm just going to put on the camera. But we've been waiting a while, and now it's fully kicked in. I might have gone too big here. There could be a chance I've gone too big. But in Portugal, if anyone's ever sailed here, especially down here in the Algarve, you will know you've got to go a little bit bigger than you think. Yes, but we will see. I've actually rigged up in the car park today. At the back of these, there is actually 2 bars on the beach here. Yeah, it's not such an easy walk down. It's sometimes better to actually carry your gear through up these new slip waves they've put in. They've got all these sort of walkways from the bottom of Meia Praia all the way to the top now, which is pretty epic. I mean, not really for windsurfing wise, but walking the dog's lovely. So we're going to walk around the back here. Actually, one of the bars is actually closed. Looks like they're closed in the winter, but Bar Kim's open. So we're going to walk around the back. We walk down here. Now the forecast today is not an unusual forecast in the winter. You do get a few of them, but it's like kind of a west wind. So we've got anything like southwest, west, even slightly tiny bit of north you can sail here, but it's very offshore. Today should be quite cross-shore. Oh, it looks windy. It looks very windy. The waves are meant to be, just to give you an idea, 5 meters today and 12-second period. Now, you're probably thinking, wow, that's going to be massive. It's not. It really is not. Oh, he's apps. I've just seen a friend go out Vincent on 4.7 and he looks absolutely he's macking. He's way overpowered. Okay, we might have to come and change down, but we'll give it a run. But usually with this setup, when there was 6 meter swell, let me go back to that, when you come up from around the point, it has to wrap around. So it's 6 meters on the west coast. So Sagres, where I'm from, is pretty massive. You know, it's all unsaleable, very onshore. Whereas here, the winds sort of cross off a little bit, tiny bit of offshore, and that 6 meter swell has to wrap around the headland. So you usually get a really clean setup. You want to be here at low tide. We've had to wait a long time today. We tried to jump the gun, but it wasn't even working. So now we're getting about 2 hours before low. We should start to see some decent setups coming through. Again, we're not going to see any massive waves, but you can get super clean, really nice setup. On the high tide, it gets very dumpy on the beach here. That's why you don't really want a high tide, and it doesn't really break. At the moment, it looks like it's struggling to form up. I don't know if you can see Vincent riding now, but he is so overpowered. It could be pretty fun though. It's gonna, I think in a couple of hours time, it's definitely gonna be better. And here we go, that was where the high tide was. So there we go. But like I say, Portugal, if you're ever sailing in Portugal, especially down in the Algarve, don't get sucked in to taking too small a sail. Seems to be a running theme here. I seem to want to put outal on every time I get to the beach, but as I was walking down then, it looks like I was a bit underdone. So I'm just going to add a little bit more. We're not slalom sailing, but let's see. First sail back in Portugal. Came back yesterday or the day before, but we've got 3 days now of this similar type of wind, so it should be interesting. We'll see what we get. But we're not going to be sailing in Sagres with that forecast. So where I live in Sagres, you really want the north wind, the nortada, and then we can sail Tunnel. Whereas this kind of west wind, there's a few options along this coast, but I would say when this is working, when Meia Praia is working, it's definitely one of the better options. But there is a hell of a shore break, and the tide kind of rips through. So you do have like quite a lot of drift with the current. So if it's too light, you do need a fair bit of wind. And just to give you an idea, the forecast for today, whoa, the forecast for today was something ridiculous, like 30. And look at me, I'm on a 4.7 wobbling out. So gives you a bit of idea of what we're dealing with. Yeah, it's not quite coming through yet, and maybe I've gone a bit too much on that outhaul. It's a bit stiff. Yeah, so we're gonna have to play it by ear. Let's see what we get. A lot of people who've been watching the video so far have been asking me about my jibes and all this sort of stuff, so maybe I'll do it in a separate video, because maybe I've got some unorthodox style. Sometimes you don't realise it, what you do, and when you put these unedited versions on, you know, things get spotted. So yeah, it's quite interesting. If you do have any questions, let me know in the comments. There's a bit of a swell line here. Yeah, it's not quite the right direction. Whoa! Fuck! That popped up out of nowhere. I thought we'd be having a bit more down the line. It's actually far more cross shore than I thought. Almost a little, cross shore. Yeah, you can see up the line now. Just up there, there's actually a few waves breaking. Need less water. We need the tide to drop a little bit. And for people who have been saying in the comments about my new dad bod, yeah, I heard you. I saw your comments. Well, you're right. I weighed myself when I got home. 83 kilos. Yes, I have put on a few pounds, people. I think I left the Cape Town around 80. So 3 kilos. I'm going to have another reweigh, because maybe the scales are off or something. Caught me at the wrong time. But I'm already on a strict diet. The missus has put me on a diet. Let's have a look, see what we can find here. Again, a good plane at the moment. We're just staying upwind, just cruising. Keep your eyes peeled. What's going on? We're not going to be getting many jumps. It's not really that sort of day for it. It's more going to try and poke out. But it's a good spot, like I said, Meia Praia, Largus. So if you are wondering where Meia Praia is, that's probably, I should really explain that at the beginning of the video. But Meia Praia is the main beach in Largus. So Largus is in the Algarve on the south coast, about a half an hour from where I am in Sagres. Quite a popular little town. Windsurfing, usually in Meia Praia, consists of offshore winds, very flat water, blasting around. You know, and you don't often get waves here because it does need to wrap all the way around the corner. So that's what I was saying, 6 metre swell. It's a big swell. Doesn't happen very often. But as you can see, even now we've still got, you know, pretty small waves. But I'm going to take. Not really forming, is it? I'm trying to be optimistic on this one, but it's really not too much water. Loads of wind though now. So usually you'll be running down here and you go bam, bam, aerial, and then you come down and then all the way down to that end section. You know, it's a really fun wave. So hopefully we do get a bit of that. You can already see it's trying. Look at this one, trying its best. Vincent coming down, yeah, too much. Whoa! Quite short, haven't I? maybe a few people watching don't really know what I'm on about, but when I say there's too much water, obviously the bottom shape here, the way it works, there's not any peaks that stick out, so you need very low tide. It's actually quite common actually in pretty much a lot of the Portuguese beaches that it works better in a low tide. Because a lot of them are sandy bottom beach breaks. I mean, it really does depend on what's been happening with the bottom shape. Oh, we are. Oh, we're getting aerial here. No, we won't. No. No, we won't. Oh, it's not quite having it. Pretty windy. I should have gone half an hour later. You can just see it's starting to come now. I mean, I should have grabbed the camera half an hour later. It's quite chilly on the face. Oh. Like I say, 4-3 wetsuit is lovely, but oh, bit of spray on my head then. It's actually water's pretty, I say chilly, look. It's it all really depends, it's all relative, depends where you are in the world, you know. If you're in the Caribbean, it's probably chilly here. If you're in Norway, Sweden, it's like a balmy, sunny summer's day. Yeah, I'm definitely 83 kilos. Vince, no, he weighs like as much as a gnat's fart. He's on the same size sail as me, just to give you an idea. I think he must be like 70 kilos, so he's quite a lot lighter than me. Okay, so starting to see a bit of motion in the ocean. Just waiting for a good one. Also, a lot of people were talking about my back foot not being in the foot strap a lot. To be honest, when you're wave sailing, not on the wave, it's really helpful because you need to go upwind more. So it does make a big difference. It's not having your foot in the foot strap. Oh, it's so gusty. Totally couldn't get on that. Oh, good wave from Windsurfing. Lovely. Lovely. Oh, we got a bit of rain coming. We might have a drop in the wind after this rain. Anyone who sails in squalls, you'll know the squall, the rain pushes out a lot of wind before it, and then after it, it usually drops pretty hard. You'll soon find out, I guess, but it really wouldn't surprise me. Oh, I don't know if I want to ride this. I think we've got better options. That wasn't too bad, but I think we've got better options out here. Oh, it's pretty windy. Do we take this one? Ah! Let's take it. Oh, not great. It's windy. It's a bit fat. Fatty, fatty, fatty. Should be bigger than this though. think the next couple of days, I think the swell was a bit late. Doesn't seem to have really kicked. Oh, come on. Some action, let's sway around. There's sun coming, come on! The sun's coming out. Portugal, sun comes out, wind picks up. Rain pushes, wind picks up. So, after that rain, I said it was going to drop, but now the sun's come out, so that changes things. Oh, a bit of swell here. This looks better. This looks like we might get some action. It's actually better even behind me. Quite choppy today. Usually I'd expect to be super clean. Let's try and give it a run. I can't even see, there's so much sun reflecting. Oh, bad loop! Oh, Vincent! Ah, terrible! Oh, it's not happening. It's not happening. That looks nice. He's improved his backies. Good to see. Also, I will say, look good! Portugal, a lot of people asking me about Portugal, obviously because I live here now. It's not so easy, some of the forecasts. A lot of tide, dependent spots, and a lot of localised winds. So it's not an easy one. We'll let this one go, we'll get the next one. Plenty of breeze. Now, wow. See, it's almost like cross on now. The wind's all over the bloody place. Not normal. We're going to get a nice little tag here. I'm getting so much reflection. I can't even see. Wow, like uber glare. Oh yeah. There we go. Typical Portugal float and ride. Meant to be howling. Big holes in this. We'll make our way back upwind a little bit. Because like I said, there is quite a bit of current here. Drifts you down. You've got to be good at sailing upwind in Portugal. And this wave can get pretty heavy. You can get a lot better shape than it has at the moment. It's pretty fat at the moment. Not an easy ride. Choppy. But we can't complain too much. Been back one day and I'm already on the water. The winter is not really what Portugal's kind of famous for, well, especially down the Algarve. You know, their main consistent wind is in the summer, called the Nortada from the north, and that's pretty reliable. You know, obviously every place has its ups and its downs and its bad seasons, but you know, summer wind is pretty solid here. Kind of works off the same pattern as the Canaries, but a little bit lighter, let's say. Obviously up in Gusty and places like that, it can be super windy. Also Sagres is a lot windier. Meia Praia, compared to like Sagres, like Meia Praia is where we're at now, like the difference is quite interesting. It has to be absolutely howling in Sagres for it to be, you know, fully windy here. But you get a lot of nice breezes in the summer, because usually Sagres is howling. Wow, there we go. I don't know, I think that's it. It's going to take another hour before this place turns on, so for filming wise that's not going to work. But there you go, it just gives you a bit of an idea of some crap waves we're sailing at the moment. But I'm not going to moan too much. How's that? Yeah, I've seen, I keep missing them. Yeah, there you go, Vincent's getting some good ones. I've kind of missed most of the good ones, but we're going to get better, that's for sure. Okay, so there you go. I might keep the camera going, but for this video I'll put some highlights at the end if there is any highlights. If you don't see any highlights, maybe I couldn't be bothered to climb. I've just gone sailing. So there we go, join me for the next one. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, then yeah, nice one. Back in Portugal. Yeah, here we go. This one's got a bit of a wall on it. Is the one behind better? Grass is always greener, but we're going for it. Oh, we're gonna have to go. We missed it. White water. Oh, Bucky! Oh, nearly. Oh, sick. He's improved. Whoa. Ooh. On the beach, pull out quickly. Where's he finding these gusts? Oh, he's got another one. Oh, no. Am I going to get one here? Am I going to get one? Starboard tack backy. My starboard tack backy is a bit ropey, but consistently ropey. Oh, rave. Woo!